Romeo Langford's freshman year has come with a lot of ups and downs. The 19-year-old draft prospect has shown he can be a quality scorer at the next level, but poor three-point shooting, inconsistency, and his occasional half-hearted effort on offense has dropped his draft stock a bit. While he slipped on some draft boards, Romeo's physical tools and effortless scoring ability should allow him to be a lock in the top 15. Let's examine Romeo's game and see where he needs to improve in this breakdown. Romeo's currently shooting 54% on 2-pointers, mainly coming from drives to the hoop in transition and in the half-court set. Romeo isn't very fast or explosive off the dribble, but he makes up for it with his size, length, and natural scoring ability in the paint. He doesn't have much wiggle in his game, he's very right-hand dominant, and 9 times out of 10 his attacks are straight line drives to the basket. But he gets to the rim and finishes at a consistent rate nonetheless. Romeo uses his size and the low block very well. When he has a smaller guard on him, he backs them down to the paint and uses his length to finish over the top. Romeo has a nice soft touch around the rim, he utilizes the glass at an elite level, and he's developed a solid floater game. Overall, Romeo is a really solid scorer in the paint. This is one aspect of his game where he's had little to no trouble adjusting to at the college level. Now, before y'all kill me in the comments, I want to clarify that I know Romeo has been shooting poorly all year for Indiana, but I still have faith in Romeo becoming a reliable threat from 15 feet and beyond at the next level. His entire high school career, he showcased a silky smooth, consistent jump shot, especially off the dribble. I mean, the kid shot over 35% from 3 during his high school career. One bad shooting year and people are already giving up on his jump shot. But I don't think it's too unlikely for him to become a solid shooter at the next level. He needs a lot of work on his shooting mechanics, but Romeo is a natural scorer who I'm sure will make proper adjustments to his shot this summer. Okay, so now let's take a look at why Romeo has been shooting so poorly from the perimeter. He may shoot some ill-advised threes here and there, but he only attempts 4 threes per game, so he's not a chucker. I believe 100% of his shooting struggles strictly have to do with his mechanics. Let's slow things down and analyze his jump shot. Immediately you could see Romeo's body and hips squared to the rim, but the big issue here is that his knees are touching each other. As he brings the ball up, things don't get much better. Even though his knees aren't touching, they're still bent forward in an awkward way. The next issue is that he brings the ball up across his body and then over the top of his head. I find it hard to believe he can even see the rim clearly before he elevates off the ground. By the time he's in the air, the ball is finally out of his face, but that gives him little time to shoot a precise and accurate shot towards the rim. Romeo fixing his shooting mechanics is huge for his development. If he doesn't turn things around when he gets to the league, it's going to be tough for him to stay on the NBA roster, being as though he's pretty average in every aspect of the game besides scoring. Romeo's a good driver, but I feel like he'll have some issues attacking at the next level just because he's so predictable. Stated earlier, Romeo is very right-hand dominant. Since his handle isn't very tight and he lacks explosion off the dribble, a defender his size with some length and athleticism will give Romeo issues. He puts his head down and attacks with no plan sometimes, which puts him in tough situations that usually ends with a turnover. Not too many people at the college level can stop Romeo from getting in the paint and finishing at the rim, but if he doesn't tighten up his handle and become more efficient attacking left, then he'll for sure have some tough times at the next level. And Romeo's overall decision making with the ball can improve. He makes a lot of lazy, nonchalant passes when he has the ball, and he's been criticized for his shot selection, especially in late game situations. His fourth shot against Ohio State is an example of his occasional poor decision making. Shooting an off-balance contested 3 down 2 points with 13 seconds on the clock would make any coach rip their hair out. But as a young scorer, Romeo needs moments like this. That was a really bad shot, and he'll have plenty more in the future. All elite scorers go through it. As long as he learns from these mistakes, then I think he'll be fine. Well, here's my verdict. Romeo Langford is still an intriguing NBA prospect despite his poor shooting. Great size and length at the 2-guard spot, Romeo has the potential to develop into a solid scoring guard at the next level. Big questions about his 3-point shooting will have NBA teams passing on him draft night, and you can't really blame them. He's an average defender, average playmaker, and his intangibles aren't eye-popping. His bread and butter and what made him a highly touted recruit was his scoring ability. If Romeo can develop a consistent shot from the perimeter, then he won't have much issue making an NBA roster. But if the poor shooting carries over to the NBA, then I wouldn't be surprised if Romeo spent some time in the G League to develop. He's an extremely gifted offensive talent. Hopefully he'll figure things out down the road.